Alright, so I know we've been tackling a lot of stuff with the Supra, getting this car done. It's almost ready. This breaks my heart to say. I actually have to pull the entire harness off. Now I know what you're thinking. Probably thinking, why are you pulling this car all apart again? You just put everything back together. Let me explain. So I think I mentioned it that I was talking to a buddy of mine and he was saying I should have a harness built around my entire setup. That way I'm not chasing all these random issues, wiring issues. And I've actually been in contact with Tweak Performance about having a entire harness built around my setup. That way it's plug and play. I don't have to worry about things and it'll give me a cleaner, way cleaner setup than this old harness. So the harness actually won't be that bad to remove. The hardest stuff will probably be everything that's underneath here. But there's not much. There's only a couple sensors. I could probably reach my hand up under, and then it's just a matter of fishing it down into the back, which I actually can unplug it. I think I can unplug it back there. I don't know yet. I forgot. But the harness will be a lot cleaner. Like I said, it's going to be a plug and play harness. This harness isn't actually plug and play, so I may have to de-pin stuff, repin stuff. My ignition coils aren't pinned into the ECU yet, so all that's going to be going away. And when I get the new harness, pretty much I just have to plug it into the AEM and I'll be good to go. And another thing, I won't have to worry about this back here. There's actually going to be that mil-spec bulkhead piece. So it's basically I just attach it here, and if I need to pull the motor out for any reason or do any work with the harness or anything where I have to remove a bunch of stuff, I can just unplug it straight from the firewall and it basically just sits there. So without further ado, let's get cracking on this because there's a lot of plugs to take apart, and I may have to drop the transmission. Not drop it, but tilt it downward, which that's gonna suck. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to remove this patch harness and post this up for sale because I'm no longer going to need it. Alright, now that we got that out, time to tackle this other harness. I'm not looking forward to this, but it's got to be done. And this harness, unfortunately, has seen better days. Definitely has seen better days, so I don't foresee making much back on this, but anything will help towards the new harness since that's going to be about $2,100 or so for the new harness. Alright, first things first, time to fish this up through the firewall, and once we get that done, I'll see about tackling all underneath there. I would like to work left to right, but there's not much over here. It's only like 2 or 3 different plugs. Of course. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, you're gonna set that down, right? Set that down right there. Now time to get rid of this. And that is why I want a new harness, because all that's going to be eliminated. There's still a lot to unplug, so I'll have to probably jack the car up and crawl up underneath, and that way I can reach straight up rather than kind of feeling around. It's going to be a lot easier to pull it out than to put the new harness back in, because I'm going to have to route it properly and cleanly, and that wasn't fun. It's a lot easier when this motor's out of the car, or if I'm missing this completely, but I don't want to take that off either. So I already ran into a problem, not a major problem, more just like a nuisance problem. Seems this cooperates with me. So, Jesus. Alright, now we're good. So these plugs go up underneath the water neck. Problem is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, there's no space to push them through. So I may have to pull the water neck kind of outward, which I don't want to do. I tried to see if I can maybe squeeze the wires through here, and then that way I can move them over here. Still can't, so I think I may have to back the water neck out enough where I can get these wires through here, and then I'll be able to pop them up through here. I can just take this coolant hose off. That's actually pretty easy to do. I can pop them up through here and then pull them out through the top of here. Nonetheless, I'm going to keep pressing forward on this, start unplugging everything else around it, and I'll tackle that kind of later. I just don't want that to hold me up. These plugs are the worst. I want that way tucked down. Oh man, it's very difficult with one hand, so I apologize. Pretty sure I mostly got everything unplugged. There's probably just a couple more that are underneath there. Starter. It's probably a couple sensors. I think there's an air, some sort of not air, oil pressure sensor. I think there's underneath there. But I think I'm going to cut it short here, and I will pick it up actually the following day. It's getting pretty dark out. There's mosquitoes everywhere, so I kind of want to call it quits, and I'll pick it up the following day like I said, and we will continue trying to get this harness out and then putting a new one in. I'm not looking forward to that. If I had a lift, it would be a lot easier. Okay, so I lied real quick before I leave. Alright, so this is what I literally had to resort to try to loosen that up, that top, just so I can squeeze these wires up through here, and that way I can take this off and I can get all of these plugs out to do all of that. Pain in my ass. I'm probably going to leave this all kind of off, just so I can, when I get the new harness, I can do the same thing. I just leave this kind of off and loose where I can get the wires through here, down, and then I can clip them here to the alternator and to the crank sensor. Alright, now we will pick this up the following day. Alright, so it is the next day, and it is sunny, it is windy. Thankfully it's still warm though. So I'm getting off to a little bit later of a start. I helped my buddy do some maintenance on his bike real quick, but we are back. As you can see, the car is jacked up on all fours now, like it usually does. Hashtag Jack Santa Kings. If you know, you know. Anyway, I'm going to try to get the best angles possible for you guys. I don't know how well it's going to do because I'm going to be underneath the car, and I just kind of just have to, like I said, tilt the transmission down a little. I'm hoping I don't have to unbolt the drive shaft because me no likey. It's literally just a ground wire that I have to unbolt and take it off. I think it's just a ground wire. I'm pretty sure it's just a ground wire. Creeper. Head first into life. Alright. Let's see if I can get you an angle. So I'm just gonna pull these 4 bolts off and it should drop the whole thing down. I should be able to clear the exhaust. I shouldn't have to take that off. The only thing is I hope I have enough flex in the actual drive shaft. I should, but I guess we'll find out.
Eventually.
Alright, so after lots of scratches and scrapes all over my arms, finally got this bitch out. So that is finally out of the car. Now we can go ahead and post this for sale. So got the car on the ground. I think I'm going to attempt to push this out and wash it. I just gotta bag up the windows because obviously the battery's sitting over here. So gotta bag up the windows real quick. Hopefully I don't get too much water in it. I'll go gentle on that side. We'll be able to see the colors pop a little bit more rather than just seeing brown. And this car is filthy.
This is life, contradictions with progression. Cause every session is either blessings or deep depression. I see the best when I'm needing rest, but I'm pushing forward. Then hit the hay and pray some horror's not around the corner. And if this life just isn't what you want, then make some changes. Go do it different, move some shit around to rearrange it. I guarantee you owe yourself a little confrontation. Cause all the basis and concentration makes domination. There ain't a substitute for dedicated daily grinding. You may be blinded and sounding like a baby whining. Your excuses are fucking useless, just go and get it. Just keep on doing what you love until it's for a living. Live it. Fuck a critic with a tiny brain. To stay the same, expecting change just defines insane. I do this shit for everyone, no matter who can listen. Just to say you gotta change it.
Damn. So I just washed it. I apologize about the wind because it is fucking super windy tonight. Damn, this car looks so good. It's a shitty wash that I did, but this car is going to be going in for paint correction. It's going to be correcting any defects, any dents or dings or anything that happened with all the install of all the parts. And I can't tell you how good this car looks. The camera doesn't do it justice. It doesn't actually pick anything up. And just walk through my shop. Yeah, just keep walking through. But it does look good. I love the blue behind the black. I'm glad I went with the polished, what are those things called? The hardware instead. Really? Hey, what are you doing? God, I'm not gonna do no theatrical things. God, this car looks so good. I don't have the wing on it right now because I took it off. I'm kind of digging the wingless look on this color. I don't know, let me know in the comments. I think this is where I'm going to go ahead and end today's video. I still have a couple lights I got to finish installing in my garage. Also got to push the car back into the garage because there's no way I'm leaving it out there. You guys know exactly what to do. I need you guys to like, subscribe, shoot on my Instagram, go and follow me there. Also, leave me a comment. Let me know if you guys like the wingless or not. I'm kind of digging no wing, the wingless car without a wing. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this regardless, and I will definitely see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't waste my time.